So it seems we have kind of a bit of a problem here. Now, everything is supposed to work here, but it isn't. The selected is ending up outside this option part, even though we are trying to add it in here. So I think a possible problem, the possible cause of this issue is that we have an echo here. And when we go to get sticky, we also have another echo there. So maybe that's what's messing things up a little bit. So maybe for a start, instead of using echo on these things, we're going to use, this is text box, right? We're going to use return. Then we can echo everything out on the other side. So return on this one instead. Let me go back here and see. Make sure there's a space here, because once we have that selected word, it has to be separated from the rest. Okay, let's give it one more shot here, and then we can give up if it doesn't work. Refresh. Okay, there we go. The selected is in the correct place. We may even add true at the very end here. Let me try that. Let's go to selected. Let's put an equal sign and put true there, just to be correct, like that. Let me refresh, and I can see it's there. Selected equals true. So this should actually show up here as a selected item. Okay, that's great. Let me try and select hats instead and hit search, and it comes back with hats. Good. So this is okay for now. So this one returns instead of echoing out. That's okay. And let's try the last one, which is we can do the same for year on this one. So let's try year as well, because it's the same thing. It's a select as well. Send. So year doesn't stick, but let's try and do the same thing here. I am going to, where are the years though? Get years. So right here on the year, I want to add. Now the year itself is a bit of a different scenario, because we are just getting the year itself and we don't really care about the ID here. So instead of an ID, we are using a value instead. So what we need to account for that. Sometimes we may use an ID, sometimes we may use a value. So if the value sent and the value name is the same, yeah, I think this will work still. So let's give it a shot. So I'm going to get the same self from there, copy that up to here, copy. Let's go down to years, shall we? Paste it here. So we return selected is equal to true if this works out. And the name here on the, wait a minute. So get years, wait a moment. Okay, that should satisfy everything. Name. So where is name coming from? This is the only issue there. So I'm going to put name there, like so. So there it's going to compare if name and row. So since we don't have row ID here, let's use row date, which came back from there. But because we are just getting the year on this one, we must do exactly like we've done here. So I'm just going to copy this for a second and put it here so that we have a smaller name to deal with. I'll just say year is equal to, we're extracting the year from the date, and that way we can just use the year here. So I'll put that there, and then I'll do the same thing here, like so. Okay, great. This should actually do the trick. And then I'll copy this name here, and oh, it's already there. That's pretty good. Let me go back to products. And let's come back to where it says get years. The same way we added category here, we're going to add the name of this thing. Because the name is year, like that. Okay, great. Seems a little complex, but it gets the job done. So there we go. We have 2021 now. It's the only year we have, but if we have any year there, let's try again. Search, we have nothing. 2021, search, we have something. And here, it remains. Some product, let's add something more meaningful. Search. Okay, so we have some product, bugs still staying there, 2021. And yeah, so let's finish up here with price and brands and quantity. So let's start with the easier ones that have text boxes here. So I'm just going to get this one and that one. So that's price min, price max, or quantity min and quantity max, just like that. So I'm going to come to here and put the get sticky. So what we need for our quantity, since the quantity is here, we just need to add values. So let's start with price. So right on the input here, let's add value, and that is going to be equal to, and we'll get this. Not that really, we will get the sticky. Copy that. And let's put it here and there. So get sticky, it's obviously a text box, but what is the name? This one is, what is the name? So let's check the name here. Min price and max price. So min price. And let's come down here and say max price. That should be it, actually. Do we have another value here? Of course we do. Now, as you can see here, the default value for this is 0 and not an empty string, which we have on the other side. So instead of having text box, we can have something like number instead of text box. So let's put number here. That way it's very specific. So I'm going to copy this entire thing as well. Copy that. Put it on this value and on that value as well. So the names of these are, what's this? Min quantity and max quantity. So QTY, like that. Okay. So now that we have a thing for number, let's go to our class here and let's create one sticky for number. It's pretty similar to the text box, so we'll duplicate that and let's put number here, like so. Great. So now that we have number, the only difference is when there's nothing, we'll put a 0 there. That's it. That's the real difference there. Okay, cool. So this should handle all of them. So I'm just going to type something. Let's increase these numbers a little bit. This is the price. Now, the quantity shouldn't actually have that kind of step. So let's go back to the quantity here and put the step at 1 because we don't want fractional quantities. Let's see here. I pressed the insert, I think, by mistake. There we go. Okay. So if I do click search here, it comes back and leaves those numbers as they are, as expected. So let's see, 1, 20, something like this. Search. Please enter a valid value, 2 nearest valid values. That's very weird. Let's refresh the page. And let me put 1 there and 20 there. The 2 nearest values are that and that. Why is it doing that? Oh, I see. Okay, so let's go back and refresh the page entirely. And let me move that. Let's see here. Okay, so that's working now. Let me move these. Let me move that. Search, it's working. Okay, so some product. And let's change a category here, cars. Let's change the year. Search. Okay, so everything is working except this part here for brands. So let's tick a few here and let's hit search. And now it comes back unknown. Goodie. So here we can just do the same thing for brands, only that these will be checkboxes. So what we need to do is go to, where is this? Brands is here, get brands. So since we have nothing here really, we have to do this in the class. So I'm going to, it's kind of similar like this one. We'll have a checked showing there. So I'm just going to duplicate this, and this is going to be checkbox. I left a K there. Okay, so there we go, checkbox. So when there is a checkbox, it's going to be checked is equal to true, like that. Otherwise, we leave it open. Okay, good. That should do. Return, echo, echo. Okay, that looks awesome. So now I'm just going to copy the this part here from the get years there, copy, and I'll go to the get brands right here. So to make sure that this is checked, we just have to add checked inside here. And so I'll put it anywhere around here, like so. And at this point, we will add a name there. Get brands. And this is name. This is checkbox. And then this is the value. So what is the value for this? So let me come back here and see what values do we have there. Those are IDs for our brands. So we need the ID. So copy that and put it here. Good. I think that should do it. Only we have to go back here on the brands and let's give the brand name. Now the uniqueness of this is that the brand names themselves are actually here. So we don't actually need to supply that name there. So out, and we're going to get the names from here. So that's the name right there. Brand num, copy. So I will bring that here and paste. This is text, so I'll put quotes and then put a dot to concatenate like that. Okay, pretty great. So I will refresh now. So it says undefined variable name on line 43. So let's see that. There we go. So I think I made a mistake here. This should be the value and not the name. So I'll copy this and undo a couple of times. I went on the wrong place. I should have added that here. Good. So let's refresh. And there we go. So the right ones are selected now. Let me remove this and select the last two and hit search. As you can see, they stay there. Search. Pretty good. So now everything is working fine. The only thing remaining is to create our query so that we can actually get the result that we want. I'll see you in the next video.